ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथानितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखानितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण प्रभु जी personally I am very indebted to Prabhuji enthusiasm, Prabhuji's dedication is really unmatchable. And we always long for Prabhuji's association. Like in the beginning of the year, Prabhuji had come to Bangalore and he had given a very nice session, like in our center, and then he extended himself to multiple programs. And especially in our center, he spoke on how to live Gita, how to love Bhagavad Gita. And so just like we take some water from the Ganga and we offer it to the Ganga. So we thought that we'll speak on one verse of Bhagavad Gita today for Prabhuji's pleasure and taking it into Prabhuji's blessings. We'll just discuss some thoughts, though they're not qualified. So all these wonderful devotees here, so sincerely practicing for years and decades. Just for our self-purification, we'll just share some thoughts. So there's a nice verse in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that's 30th verse. It says that Lord Krishna is saying, Mai sarvani karvani sanyasathyatma chetasa nirase nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vigata jvara. So here Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. And Prabhupada's mentioned in this, first two lines of the purport, very beautiful. He's saying that this verse clearly indicates the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord instructs that one has to become fully Krishna consciousness to discharge duties, as if in military discipline. Such an injunction may make things a little difficult. Nevertheless, duties must be carried out with the dependence on Krishna because that is the constitutional position of the living entity. So what Prabhupada is saying that this is the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita, that how uh, uh, that he's talking about, yes, we have to fight, and we have to fight with what consciousness. So yes, our Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, he has also given a series of books called Spiritual Warrior. Uh, that how all of us needs to fight, how all of us needs to be warrior. And especially I was hearing from our Keshav Swami Maharaj. He was saying that how all of us have three battlefields. All of us. That there is a battlefield at the broader society level. There is a battlefield within our community where we live. And there is a battlefield within our soul that we have, all of us have to fight. So we'll go in detail with respect to each of that. But before that, I just wanted to share like this week, just last week only, on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we were in Udupi. Uh, and we kind of discussing and meditating on this glorious pastimes of Madhvacharya. And Madhvacharya is known as a revolutionary warrior because he's none other than Lord Hanuman and Bhimsen. In Treta Yuga, he came as Hanuman, and Dwapar Yuga as a Bhimsen, and now in Kali Yuga, the same Vayus Mukhya Pran has come as Madhvacharya. And the commentators like Naranacharya and so on, they are giving very beautiful um, commentary, and they are saying uh, that how like Draupadi, mm, she was so beautiful, how she was so graceful, how she was always absorbed in remembering Krishna, uh, having friendship with Krishna. But somehow, with the um, duplicitous arrangement of the Duryodhan and Dusasan and so on, she was being disrobed, uh, and she cried for help. And at that point of time, right, even Bhishma and Drona, right, nobody could really help her. Of course, at that point of time, right, Bhimsen, he took a vow that all these, evil-minded persons like Dusasan and so on, and they would be really killed by him. And of course, at that point of time, Lord Krishna appeared, when Draupadi surrendered herself. Mm. The acharyas, they really, put that, extended that pastime into, like how they are saying that, yeah, Draupadi is also like all our Vedic scriptures. Um, And at all these Vedic scriptures, they're so beautiful, they're so melodious, they're full of meanings. And all these are, completely dedicated, for the glories of Lord Krishna, for the Lord Vishnu. But then, with this duplicitous arrangement of this Kali, how the essence of the scriptures is getting lost. Uh, and even at some point of time, even big scholars, like at that point of time, Bhisma and Drona were there. So here also in this Kali Yuga also so many big people come, but somehow they are not able to protect the essence of the Vedas or scriptures. At that point of time, like Naranacharya says that how Bhimsen, who is Madhvacharya, he came and he killed all the evil-minded persons, all evil-minded philosophies, and then he established the process of bhakti. That is the essence of the scriptures. So yes, we all need to fight. Mm. All of us need to be warriors. Whoever we are, whoever we are. Yes, there is so much of chaos at every level. If you talk about even our Varnasrama, Devi Varnasrama Dharma as well. Like a Brahmana, he fights against the ignorance. A Kshatriya fights against the injustice. Uh, and a Vaishya, he fights against the insufficiency. And then Sudra fights against the indolence or laziness. Or the Vaishnavas, they find against the illusory happiness of this material world. So yes, whoever we are, we need to fight. Yes, the enemies are different, uh, but yuddhasya, uh, like Lord Krishna is saying that we have to fight. And we might see that, okay, how do we see our enemies and who are our enemies? Uh, because unless we understand the enemies, we cannot fight against them. So who are our enemies? Who are our enemies? Yes, our scriptures, our acharyas, they have identified very clearly who are the enemies and where are they sitting and how they come in different forms and shapes. Uh, yes, uh, they always bombard with they have like S6 missiles, P4 bombs, T3 guns, right? Right. And here Prabhupada talks about there are two Brahmastras that enemy is having. What is that? FENL, false ego and lethargy. But before that, like A6, what are the A6? Six anarthas. Kam, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Are these four problems of the life? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Or the Trayatapa, the T3s. Yes. All they are enemies. You know, we are just really bombarded by these enemies again and again at every moment of our life. That's a, Lord Brahma, who is the creator of the universe, is saying, Padam, Padam, Yad Vipadam na Tesam. At every step, there is a danger. At every step, we are bombarded with these missiles. Like, especially, fortunately, we are not in this situation. But think of the people who are in, let's say, whether Ukraine or Middle East or Bangladesh, where there is so much of strife happening. There is so much, you don't know at what point of time there will be what kind of missiles, coming upon us. And how a person is really, so scary, you know, and he's really so fearful, you know. He's always thinking how to protect myself, how to protect my family, how to protect the community, how to protect the country. Yes. But fortunately, right, uh, uh, like we are not weaponless. Uh, Lord has given us the weapons. Right? Even you go to let's Bhagavad Gita also. How Arjuna, before this Kurukshetra, he had prepared himself so nicely with Pasupatastra and all this Nagastra, Varunastra, and so on. Even from Indra also he had gone, and he had collected so many beautiful weapons. But then, as war was about to begin, he was confused. You know, right? Similarly, I was thinking that, like, how all our acharyas, they have given us the weapons to fight against these enemies. Right? There's no dearth of the weapons. Even Srila Prabhupada, he has given us the bombs, he has given us the bullets, he has given us the armors, right? But we don't want to fight. What are those bombs, bullets? Anybody knows? Anybody would like to share? What are those bombs, bullets, armor that Prabhupada has given to all of us to fight and to protect ourselves? Yes, Prabhupada used to say that. What? Books, yes, books are the time bombs, you know, you know, that will really help us in fight against all the enemies, right? That are there in the broader society. Right? These books are these are time bombs. We have to just go and distribute it as much as possible. Yes, this to fight against all the unearthers within the society, we have to uh, use these bombs. We have to use this distribute the books as many as possible, and to fight against uh, uh, the problems in the community. Uh, Prabhupada has given bullets. What are those bullets? ISKCON bullets, gulab jamun, all the sweets. That's what our Rupa Goswami also is saying that dadati prati grunhati goyamakritena. Bhumte bhojayate. Yes, in a community, how we can really protect ourselves by having loving relationship amongst the devotees, by inviting them, by joining them, and just having singing, dancing, feasting. Yes, this is how. And in a community, we can really fight against at a community level. We can fight against all the anarthas. And now, comes to the personal level, at soul level. Right? How do you really identify what are those anarthas are there, and how do you prepare ourselves? Right? It's not that, right? We use go and you kind of use these bullets and bombs to fight, in the community and at a broader society level. But we have to also prepare ourselves personally. Right? Since especially in Bangalore, we have seen so many training camps are there. Different cantonments are there. right? And in that place, they really prepare themselves, and they develop a strong armor. Uh, and what are those strong armor? Uh, as I think Ratiprada Mataji mentioned there, yes, these are really our morning program. These are all training camps, right? And Prabhupada has given this, this training camps, to develop that armor, you know. And in that armor, yes, we have this HK 16108 bullets are there, right? What is that? HK 16108? Yes, this is our Mahamantra. Mm. And we need to ensure that we are really attending these training camps, and Prabhupada has given this in the purport. In a military discipline, we have to prepare ourselves. What is a military discipline? It's a discipline, that is really important. It's not that okay, maybe okay, there is no need to fight now, we can just be at our home and just take it easy. No, you know, every day, they have a routine, right? From this time to this time, even if there's 1 minute delayed, you are given a court martial, or you kind of ask severe punishment, right? Uh, but yes, if you are not following, of course, our acharyas are so merciful. At the same time, Mayadevi, she just captures us, fires one more bullet, right? So yes, we need to be careful, because you see that, like I was just thinking, like either either in office, right, um, or in a classroom, uh, or in a spirituality, you'll find this pattern. Uh, what do we call as a 10-80-10? Hmm. What is 10-80-10? 10% of the people, right, either in the office or in the classroom or in a spiritual community also, and they are completely fired up, completely focused, completely enthusiastic, right? And they are the, or in the corporate they call top talents, right? This is the 10% of the people, and they put that in the bell curve, right? And then there are another 10% of the people who are completely lethargic, right? Hardly they care about studying, or hardly they care about work in the office or in the community also, right? They are there, just for namesake, but just they are dragging themselves, right, in the community. And then rest 80% are living a life of mediocre, right? Yes, just doing the needful. कर रहे हैं ना, चल रहा है ना, चलता है ना. Right? So yes, there are three kind of people of lethargy, people of mediocrity, and people of purity, right? So how we prepare ourselves, right? Right, as Prabhupada mentioned in this verse 3.30, and how to give up that lethargy. Mm. And then how to give up that life of mediocrity. Mm. How we transition from that mediocrity to purity. Mm. That's what Prabhupada would really look forward to. Mm. What are the stages? How we can really do that? How we can drive ourselves? Mm. Yes. Mm. First of all, because like as we said, there is no dearth of the weapons that Prabhupada has already given to all of us. This bombs, bullets, and training camps and armor. Everything is there, just like Arjuna had. But what is really missing is the wheel. Skill was there, but wheel is missing. Similarly, for all of us, Prabhupada has given everything. But then, that consciousness, and that how do you really transition ourselves from mediocrity to purity? That is really kind of the missing. I was kind of thinking, oh, how can we do it? Uh, um, and once again, in case of Swami Maharaj, he was giving very three important principles in how we can really transition ourselves. He was saying that first is that honesty. You know, we have to be honest, with ourselves. Uh, that yes, I'm just an insignificant. I don't have any qualifications. Like we hear about how Jagai Mad, like how Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, he thinks of himself. Jagai Madhai hoite mui se papishta, puri se rakita hoite mui se lakista. I am lower than than Jagai Madhai. I mean, I'm more sinful than Jagai Madhai. I don't have any qualities. But then somehow or other, you know, I am being blessed by Raghunath Das Goswami. I am being blessed by Nityananda Prabhu. I am blessed by Rupa and Raghunatha. Uh, that is my qualification. So, what do you mean by being honest? Being honest means that yes, we feel that we are not qualified. At the same time, we feel grateful that we are under the shelter. We are being given so many opportunities, right, to progress ourselves. I was also hearing there's a very beautiful, prayer by Alavandar and Stotra Ratna. He is saying that. mm, that how you don't have any qualification. Na dharma nisthosmi na chatma vedi na bhakti mam tvaccharanaravinде akinchana ananya gati saranya tatpada moolam saranam prapadde. Here, Yamanacharya is saying that, oh Hari, oh Lord, I have no faith in religious principle. I have no knowledge of the soul. uh, and I have no devotion to your lotus feet. I am utterly destitute, a rogue with no idea of the goal of life. In this way, I always cheating myself. You, however, you are the deliverer of the fallen, and I am just insignificant fallen soul. And so you are my only goal. Having achieved your lotus feet, and now I am taking shelter of you because you are my eternal Lord, and I am your eternal servant. So, just to kind of, have that mood of humility, a mood of taking shelter, right? How we really develop that, that how we really understand our true position. That yes, we are nothing, will be nothing. We are just insignificant soul. Uh, our only fortune is that somehow or other, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and under this beautiful umbrella, we are given a shelter. Yeah? And how we take this process sincerely, seriously, and move forward. uh, yes, there will be obstacles, there will be challenges. We might not be qualified. It's not. It doesn't matter. But what is really required? That feeling grateful that yes, we are so fortunate. Let's take advantage of it. Right? He talks about honesty, and then he talks about the intensity. What is the intensity? That having that strong desire, the brain of bhakti yogena yajate purusam param. And that we see here in Bhagavatam as well. That how we should have that intensity. Hmm? uh, that they say chalta hai bhakti mein nahi chalta hai. Right? And don't have that chalta hai culture, right? Yes, be disciplined, be diligent, be determined in our devotional service, be enthusiastic in our devotional service, in our morning program. How we have that mood of urgency. If there is a fight, if there is a strong big war happening, we cannot take it easy. We have to fight with the mood of urgency. It's not that okay, I can do it tomorrow, I can do it next year, I can do next decade. You'll be vanquished the enemy by that point of time. Yes, we have to act with urgency. Proactively we have to identify how the enemies are really coming in a different ways, and how you have to fight against them. And that yes, and not only urgency of the criticality also, that yes, and I'm already in critical situation, and if I don't take it now, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. And I have to beg my colleagues, or the people around me, because they will be the people, they will save me. They will give me the cover, right, when the enemy is really fighting. Yes, how can I really take shelter of the devotees with that urgency, with that criticality? How can I really take shelter of the holy name? Hmm. If I don't take shelter of the holy name, definitely all this we heard, Traya Tapa, T3, or the P4, or the four problems, or the 6A, six anarthas, they are just bound to attack us at every moment. Hmm. So yes, by taking shelter of the holy name, by taking shelter of the devotees, we can really conquer. Ajita jito apyosita strilokya. Right, yes. A devotee who is really taking shelter of this holy name and holy fame. Right? He can Ajita Jito. He can really even conquer the Ajita. This is this power. Uh, this holy name and holy fame, the scriptures, and this holy name has so much of power. And then is the third principle, and it talks about that, yeah, tenacity or the persistency, the perseverance. Yes, sometimes we don't fight the war for a day, for a week, or for a year. We fight, for decades. Like we hear that how Gajendra fought, for thousands of years. Because as long as our uh, crying out is not that intense, right? Then yes, and unless our goal is clear, our process is focused, uh, we have to continue to fight it out. Right? We cannot say that, oh, I fought yesterday, I'll not fight today. And yes, I have to prepare myself every day. Yes. So yes, so yes, we have to take shelter of the devotees. We have to take shelter of the holy name every day, every moment, and prepare ourselves in fighting against the war in various battlefields. Yes. एकाकी हमारा नहीं पाया वाला हरि नाम संकीर्तन. Yes. Lord has given also the knowledge, the sword in terms of knowledge. And Balram also is there to give us the strength to hold that sword. Right? So yes, Lord Krishna and Balram are there. And we have wonderful devotees to inspire, to encourage, to enthuse us, right? How to fight with that sword. Right, yes. We cannot just take it for granted. Lord, the spiritual master, and the association of devotees. Krishna, Balram, and the association of devotees. With that, we have to proceed. Hare Krishna. So I would like to hear your comments, thoughts, or if anything you would like to add. And
Thank you very much, Sudhir Gopal prabhuji. Thank you very much. This was really an eye-opening and very, very encouraging. And I think so it will infuse new energy and enthusiasm to all the devotees who are hearing this. Uh, this is what you are actually, always encouraging them in positive direction, hand-holding and guiding them in very systematic way. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for highlighting what is so important for our spiritual life, how we should always remain focused, while trying to always pushing ourselves to a higher level of purity, uh, by realizing where we are today, by being honest to ourselves, and also pushing ourselves with intensity, at the same time with great perseverance. So you are a role model for us, and we request that you please always keep us in your shelter for it. Thank you very much. And I'd like to open the floor if they have any comments or questions. You can unmute yourself or drop your question on the chat box or raise your hand.
Krishna. Thank you.
There is I can see
Yes,
Aditi.
like these are the sessions like where we come together. Mm, This it's a very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. One of our favorite verses. Bhagavatam 11 Canto, 3rd chapter, 30th and 31. This is a Paraspara Anukathanam, Pavanam Bhagavatam Yaso. Mitharatir Mithatusti Nivrutir Vithatmana. Smarayanta Smarayantascha. Right? Like, how, we come together, right? And we inspire each other. We remember and we remind each other. And these Japa sessions are exactly for that. But yes, and we have to focus on the goal, and we have to take help of each other in transitioning ourselves from that uh, process of lethargy to mediocrity to purity. Yes, paraspara ganukatana. Yes, this is our life. We have to take shelter of the devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes. This verse, these two verses says how to associate with the devotees. Now you can read the translation. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. And by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. You can go to the next verse also. So here, the devotees of the Lord constantly discuss the glories of the personality of Godhead among themselves. Thus, they constantly remind the Lord and remind one another of his qualities and pastimes. In this way, by their devotion to the principles of Bhakti Yoga, the devotees please the personality of Godhead, who takes away from them everything inauspicious. Being purified of all impediments, the devotees awaken to pure love of Godhead. And thus, even within this world, their spiritualized bodies exhibit symptoms of transcendental ecstasy, such as standing off the bodily hairs on end. So yes, we are so fortunate once again, to be guided by the spiritual, commanders, warriors, and how Srila Prabhupada, how he really fought, how Srila Prabhupada's disciples, like Japa Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, all these, wonderful warriors, they really fought, so much, right? These are really examples. They are just ahead, and they have to just support them. They have to just be the simple and warriors, and just to support them by getting inspiration. And then, yes, they are doing everything, right? Just what Lord is saying, Nimitta Matra Bhavya Sabyasachi, right? Yes, I have to just, follow their footsteps, and everything will be taken care. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Sudhir Gopal prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Please keep us in your prayers so that we can get some strength.
You have
Like,
to. You have to. You have to.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Sudhir Gopal prabhuji ki jai. Yeah, Shubhlas.
Oh, just I want to convey Dandavat Pranam to Prabhuji. Beautiful class.
Thank you, brother. Please keep us in your prayers, Guruji, and bless us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dandavat Pranam.